So we're going with the old John Tucker Jambalaya, and it's gonna be a good day. I'm had a great week. Time to do some cooking. You know, it's what I love. I don't get stay this big by thinking about eating, but no. Tiffany loves jambalaya. I love to cook it, and I go all in when I do it. Takes me quite a few hours, kind of like her doing her gumbo. And start from fresh. What we're doing is boiling down a whole chicken. I don't use that store-bought chicken broth or chicken breast. Nah. Boil down a whole and deboned chicken. Amazing start. Season up the water good. Get that good chicken broth. On the side in the old black iron skillet, I always start with a very thick cut black peppered bacon. Real small cut in that black iron skillet. Hey, look, if you're not doing it in black iron, pour it out and start all over again, because it's just not right if you don't use that black iron. And I'll be using a andouille sauce. I got me some very heavy smoked tasso meat to add to the jambalaya, chicken and sausage with tasso. And but I cooked down the bacon, really done crispy. I used the grease to pre-cook all of my tasso, my andouille sausage, and I'll pull all the meat out, and then I'll do a vegetable medley of onions, very chopped small baby portobello mushrooms, one bell pepper, one stalk of celery cut up really small, some green onion, some fresh garlic. Saute all that up in the leftover grease and seasonings from the bacon and all the meat, and we'll continue from there. Okay, so the next part, I have cooked all my peppery bacon. It's crispy. That's what I say. I like to get it very crispy because it kind of wants to come back to life whenever you start adding it to your pot of goodness. So the next part, as you see now, I have my andouille sauce and my heavy smoked pork tasso here, and I'm just going to add that to the old bacon grease here. Kind of want to saute that down a little bit, let all that seasoning all come together as one. Add all that goodness to that leftover peppered bacon grease that we had off that thick cut bacon. Let it get a good sizzle to it. Get all my stuff here. I want all of it. Just kind of stir it all in. See, mostly everything I do is done in this black iron skillet. Never washing it. Cooking everything one after another. After all the meat's done here, I will do the vegetable medley, or the trinity is what a lot of the Cajuns call it. I just call it a medley because it's all kinds of goodness thrown together. But I'll sit here and let this cook down, this andouille sausage and this smoked tasso meat. Let it cook down a little bit and getting all that goodness off the bottom. That's where a lot of the good flavor comes from. Everything that's on the bottom of this black iron skillet, it really starts to come to life once you put that big bundle of onions, and once it starts pulling the moisture out of the onions, everything that's on the bottom of this skillet will start to come to it. So that's the next update where we're at thus far. I believe, put my little glove on here because this lid's a little bit hot. Whoa, she fogged. The boiling of the chicken is looking good. Ooh, it smells good too. That smells good. So that's the next update. I'll keep them coming as they go. So the next part is really just for proof. So you see the old deboned chicken here. I don't like to have big old honks of chicken. So once I get everything deboned, it's too hot for me to really grab it and tear it apart. I just literally pulled it out of the pot. But I just like to fork it to death just to get all the base meat out, let it start cooling, and then I'll actually go through. You see I kind of been getting some of the bones as I go, just to get a head start on it. But I will debone this whole chicken. As you can see, I strained all of the broth. Look at that. Oh man, that looks good. And we'll get back at it here shortly. Just wanted to show you the old debone here, just so you know I'm not faking you out. Alright, here we go for the next step. I have officially deboned the chicken. Nothing but bones. I have my chicken broth waiting. I have my beautiful daughter Hannah as my witness, co-helper, as she's watching the Gilmore Girls. Here I have added my chicken, my tasso meat, my andouille sausage, all the meats combined here. And now, got the skillet good and hot, and it's time to start with the veggies. This is where everything comes to life. I got all my onions, my celery, everything's cut up very, very fine. Bell pepper, baby portobello mushrooms, and you got to start cooking that down, letting them, and you cook them all the way until they really start to caramelize. I mean, you want them very, very soft. And I'm cooking them in the same black iron skillet with all that goodness at the bottom. I haven't washed anything because you want all that flavor. Look at the colors. Just, and once all these onions start coming down, all that gratin at the bottom of the skillet will start to come loose with the moisture from the onions and bell pepper, and it all just starts to season up very, very well. Look at that, that's beautiful, ain't it? The smell of it is so good too. So you just slow cook these down. Like I said, I cook it. It takes me several hours to do one of my jambalayas, but when it is done, it is magical. So that's where we stand right now. I'm working on what I call the vegetable medley. Throw a little extra seasoning to it here in just a little bit. The meat is waiting. I measure out the chicken broth after we're done, so I know exactly how much to add rice, and I use only Zatarain's rice. It is a phenomenal rice that cooks so evenly. And but that is the next one, and we'll come back as soon as we get going. That is 1 white onion, 1 purple onion, 1 bell pepper, half a box, you know, little blue boxes of baby portobello mushrooms, 1 stalk of celery cut very, very fine, 2 stalks of green onion, 1 clove of garlic, all in the cast iron skillet. And I will come back for the next stage. Stay with me. At this point, I just wanted to show you, if you have a very well seasoned black iron skillet, all that little crunchy goodness that gets on the bottom as you're cooking all your meat, if you got a very well seasoned black iron skillet, once you do your vegetables, everything kind of, I mean, you can see there's nothing there but the skillet seasoned up good. That's how I like to get the vegetables, you know, really caramelized and cooked down. I'm just adding it to the mixture of meat right now, and I'm almost to the point where I'm going to measure out the chicken broth, get everything stirred up, and I'll come back from there. I just wanted to show you kind of where I get how far down I'll cook the vegetables. You know, like I said, I like to get them right where they're just about caramelized, really soft, and they'll finish out in the mix in the jambalaya, really cooked down to really just seasoning. I mean, you don't really see the veggies, and well, you know they're there, but those of you that are non-veggie eaters, It really helps out. I have a couple kids that don't do the veggies, so I cook them down to where they don't even know they're in there. But that's where I stand right now, just working on the next step, and I'll be back shortly. Alright, so my final stage has happened. So I'm going to set my timer. This is the trick to my jambalaya, to 45 minutes, and it's going. Alright, so this is the trick. I've added all of my goodness to the pot. I brought it to a fast hot boil. At that point, you literally turn your pot on 1, the lowest setting you can get on your stove. You just want it to sit there and stay warm. I've added my rice, got it all stirred in evenly. Everything has come together at this point. And I've also forgot to show you, I added a can of Campbell's Golden Mushroom soup to the mix, stirred it all in, and what you do at this point, since your rice is in, I literally added 4 cups of rice. I used 8 cups of the chicken broth, so I used 4 cups of rice. But this is the trick right here. You set your timer to 45 minutes. You put the lid on it and leave it alone. If somebody asks you, hey, how is that jambalaya? Tell them you'll find out when that timer beeps. You do not touch it for 45 minutes. Just let it sit there. The rice will slow cook. And in 45 minutes, you'll have a pot of delicious gumbo. Alright, so it has been 45 minutes. Just like I say, don't touch it. It's 45 minutes. Go watch a episode of Ben Matlock or something. If you got a bunch of kids like me, maybe it's Paw Patrol. But it is time to unveil the goodness. Here it is. Just took the lid off. After 45 minutes, that is what you call the old John Tucker jambalaya. I guarantee you, my wife, my kids are going to love it, as always. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab me a quick fork and make sure I got it where it needs to be, which I'm almost positive I do because I'm a beast at cooking. So let me just grab a little bit of love here. That's it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Absolutely phenomenal. Needs nothing. Guys, you follow that recipe. Wow. Man, I can't wait. I actually promised this to the police academy in November. So, I still got it. Wow, that's good. Man, they're going to love that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed my little recipe of my old JT jambalaya right there. Because, man, oh, man, is that good. And I'm going to try to do some more here in the future. Different stuff that I love to do. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, comment below. I'll answer every one of them. Bye-bye, y'all.